So yesterday on the show, right, when we were going through the standings, and I was talking about Memphis don't know if they want to be gangsters or not, right? Memphis does have one gangster in the paint, and this guy just came back from injury. Jaren Jackson, man, Jaren Jackson has earned it. Right now, they say he's averaging what 3 blocks, 1 steal. But this, I got this guy on my fantasy team, so this kind of helps a little bit with my stats. There's a few games where he had over maybe 10 blocks, like, and he's averaging a nice couple boards. Jaren Jackson is that piece that Memphis needs right now. I mean, defense in the NBA is so hard to talk about, but right now he has his defensive badges from 2K, and they all show up at certain times in the game. So I'm going with Jaren Jackson. I don't know who else you guys are going to pick. There's guys out there. I was going to say Bam, but then I thought about it and I was like, I'm going to get bammed in the face if I come on here and say Bam could be Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm going with Jaren Jackson.
Jaren Jackson, rim protector, Hall of Fame.
Man.
All right, JMO, who you got?
All right, so Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson been doing this thing. Well, he's 3 point. He's like three, like you said, 3.3 blocks a game. Um, he has like what 8 games? Not yeah, about 8 games with 5 or more blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And who should not be an All Star, by the way? Let me throw that out there. Jaren Jackson should not be an All Star, but yeah, I think he's doing his thing on the defensive end. One thing that is hindering him since January 1st is fouls.
Yeah.
Like Memphis's defensive rating has always been the top of the league pretty much all season, but it's been fluctuating up and down since January 1st because Jaren Jackson can't seem to stay out of foul trouble.
Mm.
Um, he's fouled out like 3 or 4 times this year already. And if you think about the last 2 defensive player of the years, Rudy Gobert twice and Marcus Smart, all 3 of those years they combined for one foul out. Only fouled out
Mm.
1 time. So Jaren Jackson has to get better at blocking shots without fouling because it's messing up the game. But uh, I would go with Brooke Lopez.
Ooh.
Mm.
Might seem sneaky, but uh, I mean, you got to be a part of a great defensive team. Brooke Lopez is on that great defensive team, the Milwaukee Bucks. Their second defensive rating. He leads the league in contested shots by a landslide, so his activity is amazing. He's like what 17 contested shots a game. Second is Claxton. He's got like 11 something, 11 point something per game. So he's like crushing the activity as far as 2 point shots. He's contesting the most by far, and he's third in blocks, 2.4 blocks a game. He's an amazing defender in the pick and roll. I wish there was some way they can pinpoint pick and roll stats. You know, he's
Yeah.
great in the pick and roll this year. Uh, I seen the interview they had with him, and he said that the way he guards the pick and roll is depending on who he's guarding. Like when the guard comes off, if he's guarding somebody that likes to pass, then he plays off a little bit. If he knows somebody that likes to shoot, then he steps up. So like a lot of people play the pick and roll just regular, the same way every time. But you got to switch up depending on who you guard. And for him to do this in I don't know how many years this is, he probably like 35 years old.
He
He
is.
do, he
he
doing his thing. Yeah,
he
he doing
old.
his
He
thing.
is old.
And you would think that Giannis is the guy on defense for that team, but so this year
Brooke Lopez.
it's been Brooke Lopez. So he's doing an amazing job at defending the rim. And he's played more games than Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson could catch him. It's really close, really. Jaren Jackson could catch him and stay out of foul trouble. But yeah, I would take Brooke Lopez just by this much.
Hey, before you go, Dave, see, I didn't know he was a Spartan, so I'm going with J Mo's pick. Since you want to jump in the comments, go ahead, Dave.
Get him out of here.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. JMO, I'm actually shocked that you took Brooke Lopez. And the only reason why I'm shocked because you took my pick. That's exactly where I was gonna go. I was like, man, ain't nobody gonna pick Brooke Lopez. But Brooke been playing. He's been a really good defender since he's been in Milwaukee. Honestly, when they won a championship a couple years ago, he was
Yeah.
he was there. He was one of the reasons he was that rim protector.
Yeah.
When they lost to us in the bubble, he wasn't really healthy. And we pretty much was able to stop Giannis because it was just Giannis or bust. And now that they added somebody who, as I said yesterday, he ain't a big piece, but he's important to that defense. They added Jay Crowder to that defense. That's going to help him be able to protect the rim a lot more because now they got somebody that can defend the perimeter again. As if they don't already have enough defenders on that team. They just added another one. So, Brook Lopez, man, he's been what Rudy Gobert should be in Minnesota right now. Rudy Gobert was traded there for his defense because, they couldn't protect anybody down low. I don't think that was a big issue for them. They just needed to be able to score more and spread the ball more. But they went and traded all those picks for somebody who can only defend the paint. And that's why they're where they are now. I still think that was the dumbest trade that was made in the NBA, but I'm not Minnesota. They feel like they needed some more, so they traded away all their good pieces and got a good piece, not a great piece, a good piece. But Brook Lopez, I don't think you can go wrong with Brook Lopez. I thought someone was going to pick Giannis because of the way the way they're playing right now, and him being the leader on the team, and him still being a great defender as he's always been. But I think Brook Lopez should definitely be getting some looks. Not Marcus Smart, not. No, I can't really pinpoint one defender on the Celtics that's been great. It's been a great team effort defensively for them.
Yeah, I think they've all been great, but like you said, nobody stands out.
Yeah,
so it's hard to choose.
It's hard to choose somebody.
Except for Robert Williams, but he don't play enough.
Yeah,
if you look at their defensive stats with him, without him, it's crazy. His impact is crazy, but I don't think he's played enough. So,
and I'm almost certain nobody's gonna put Al Horford.
You ain't gotta worry about that.
No.
I'm almost certain nobody's gonna pick him, but yeah, Brook Lopez is who I choose.
So the one of the main reasons why I picked Brook Lopez over Jaren Jackson was because Jaren Jackson has the blocks. His activity is there. Mm-hmm. He blocked 8 shots one game. But his contested shots stats are down. It seems like if he's not getting a block, then he's not contesting the shot. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? It's either a block or a foul. There's no in between. So it's either he's dominating or he's like nothing. Mm-hmm. And Brook Lopez, if the contested shots, to me, it shows more consistency. I'm not always blocking the shots, but I'm there still. Mm-hmm. So that's the main reason why I went with Brook Lopez over Jaren Jackson.
That's a good comparison. That's a good reason because when it comes to I'm big on when it comes to defenders because Dwayne Wade was the best shot blocker shooting guard of all time. He leads all shooting guards in blocks, and it wasn't even about him getting blocks. It's the fact that he's going to contest every single time.
Yeah.
One thing about Dwayne Wade, he's going to play defense. Now he wasn't one of the greatest defenders of all time, but he was great at what he did, and he made an impact on defense. And I can even go as far as Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard made it hard for LeBron in the finals when he was with the Spurs the first time when LeBron had when LeBron won the ring. He made it hard for him a little bit because he got he got a great wingspan. He's a really great defender. And then that's pretty much the reason why he won the Finals MVP when they came back and beat him because he was a good defender and he was able to put some points too. So it's defense is not just about stats. It's not about being able to get blocks and steals. It's being able to make it harder for your opponent to score. And Brook Lopez has been great at that. So that was definitely one of the reasons why I chose it because he may not have all the stats, but he's out there. You can tell that he's out there defending every single chance.
Yeah. Another thing about Jaren Jackson, the blocks are amazing, but Serge Ibaka never won Defensive Player of the Year, and he led the league in blocks 3 times. So I don't think blocks is the only thing. But
it's the team he on. That's why.
I want to give some love to Nick Claxton though. I think the trade. I think when KD went down, it kind of messed up the defensive scheme of the team. and Ben Simmons be in and out the game. So, he can't guard everybody. So I want to give him some love. He's second in blocks. He averaged more rebounds than Lopez and Jaren Jackson. They both only average 6 rebounds a game. He's second in contested shots. He does a great job switching on guards on the perimeter. I don't know if y'all watch any clips from him. He guarded Darius Garland on one possession.
That's why I like Bam so much.
Claxton be working. And when they played against Embiid, he was balling 2-way. I want to give Claxton some love. But I just think what's going on over there kind of derailed his mission to Defensive Player of the Year. But man.
That's why I thought it was disrespectful that Bam didn't get a vote in the Defensive Player of the Year last year, because he played some of the best defense last year on the perimeter and in the paint. But he didn't get a vote.
Maybe the voters was asleep.
Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic.
Refuse to snooze.
Wow.
Right,
wow. Pat Riley, you my guy, man. You my guy, but
Tomo, we putting that in the archives, bro.
We are.
Oh man.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.